What is going on, 5'9" gamers? It's me, Announcer here, and we're back with another installment of our fan-made card series. Today we're going to be going over two of the most highly anticipated EZAs in the game, which are of course TEQ Vegito Blue and STR Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Of course, we did have members of our 5'9" Dokkan team go ahead and pick together your submissions, so I want to thank everyone for submitting their submissions. So let's just hop right into the first submission.
Hey guys, it's your boy, the Masked Ningen, and I have decided to pick for my custom card an STR Rose entry. He is the one that I am the most excited about, so I had to find a really good one for him to do as my pick. There's a lot of crazy ones in here, I have to say. A lot of you guys went super OP with some of these, but I thought this one was kind of interesting because whilst this one is not necessarily the perfect design that I think I would want him to have, I can see this design for him being super good on a lot of the teams that he would be on. So shout out to Plock Rock for this design. So for the post EZA leader skill, this is the big one, right? We don't know what this is going to be. So there's been a lot of interesting suggestions, especially considering Rose and VB have this like when the team includes all types restriction. Whether or not some people decided to get rid of that, some people decided to factor that into the kind of buff that they would give. And so this is the kind of thing that I would expect to see, right? 150% when the team includes all 5 extreme types. So you still have that restriction. 150% is not the worst. I know people don't really like 150% anymore, but they do get 4 key instead of 3, which I think is a nice little addition, right? Because you still have the restriction that you've got to bring the 5 typings, and then you get 150, which is still reasonable, especially when you start comparing, like, when you're making teams where you're using these guys as the leader, and then you maybe are using a 200% lead, you're still going to have a pretty good total overall. But then that 4 key, I think, sweetens that a little bit. Because if it was 3 key and 150 with the restriction, I don't know, I feel like I would be a little bit disappointed with that. So I think having the extra key makes this much better. The post EZA super attack is greatly raises defense for 1 turn, does immense damage to the enemy. Extreme class allies attack and defense 30% and damage reduction 7% for 1 turn. So I thought this was a pretty interesting addition to his attack, like, supporting ability, where he's giving the rest of the units on the rotation 7% damage reduction. I think that's pretty cool. And then his post EZA passive is attack and defense 159%, defense 50% when performing a super, extreme class allies key 3 and defense 59%, and super class enemies attack and defense minus 30%. So coming back to what I was saying at the beginning about why I don't necessarily think this is the perfect build that I would want for him, because as you can see, it's very defensive based. And you know, Rose, I guess he does fit that slot. Really, his role is to be a support unit, but obviously I would like him to be backed up with a little bit of firepower. But if you consider that role for him as a support unit, this guy is insanely good defensively. Obviously putting him in slot 1, he gets most of his defense on super attack. He has 159% at the start of the turn. So if you're using him as a slot 3 floating support unit, you're not going to be making the most out of his super attack buff to all the allies. But any team you run this guy on with this build, you could put him in slot 3 because he's getting defense when he performs a super. He's greatly raising his own defense on his super attack. He's still going to get this defensive buff and damage reduction for himself. And then he's also giving everyone on the rotation key and defense. So after he super attacks in slot 3, his defense is going to be ridiculously high with 7% damage reduction. So he's not going to be putting out crazy attack stats, but yeah, you could put him on any team that he can be run on, and he's barely going to take damage in the last slot. So I think this is a really good build for him in order for him to be like a must-run support unit on all of his teams, and that's kind of what I would want from his EZA. So I think Plock Rock did a pretty good job here. Like I say, I thought it'd be interesting to pick one that, like I said, whilst I wouldn't necessarily design him like this, I think if he ended up being like this, he would be super good on all of his teams. So pretty good design, and let us go on to the next one.
What is going on, 5'9" gamers? Joe Wags here, bringing you another fan-made card idea here, and we are looking at TEQ Vegito Blue and STR Rose. So I went ahead and selected one for TEQ Vegito Blue here. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this fan-made EZA for TEQ Vegito Blue, kind of get my thoughts on it and kind of what I think we're going to get with this TEQ Vegito Blue, but potentially a very exciting unit, right? So This is for TEQ Vegito Blue. This comes from Revan Uchiha. So he has the leader skill as super class, HP, attack, and defense 150 if all the characters are different types. I actually agree with this. I think that this might be what it is, because if you remember when TEQ Vegito Blue first came out, and then the Rose, they were like a 120 lead for like an entire extreme or super class was pretty unprecedented, and it was like the highest leader skill for that typing, but they had the restriction that you had to have all different types on there. I think they are going to leave the different typings on there, but then make it the first time that we ever have a 150 for a full super class or a full extreme class. I do think that that is actually quite realistic, so I do agree with that. Oh, but he forgot the key 3. There should be key 3 on there also. So yeah, there'd be key 3 and then 150 to stats, right? And then I really like what they did with the super attack effect. So this thing with Vegito Blue, right? We could speculate, like, are they going to give him counters, or are they going to give him some of these other mechanics of the other Vegitos? But, you know, this Vegito is all about just, like, attacking a bunch. So I really want them to, like, tie into that and really build this unit around him just attacking a lot and becoming really godly when he does a lot of attacks. So I like that the super attack effect previously was just raise attack and defense for 1 turn. He's got it so that it raises for 5 turns. So I like that idea that they can stack up a little bit from their super attack effect. I think that's going to be quite powerful. Even if they do just maybe defense infinite and then attack for 1 turn, I would be okay with that as well. But these like 5 or 6 turn like stacking characters are actually quite powerful. We've seen that with the TEQ Adult Gotenks and then the Kid Goten and Kid Trunks. I really like, they get really powerful when they stack up, and they're like 6 turn stacks. So if they do this Vegito in that manner, that would be insane, because he can attack a lot. So the post EZA passive, so previously Vegito didn't have any start of turn attack and defense. He just built up to 150. Now we've got him starting at 150 attack and defense. Great chance of launching 2 attacks with a medium chance of both being supers. I think that's pretty similar to what it was. And then gain 15% per attack, and then what it is attack and defense can go up to a max of 150, and then he also has some giving crit chance up to 30. So that would be absolutely insane for this unit, because then you can just go all in additionals on this guy. You wouldn't even have to go all additionals, because he's got 2 built-in attacks already. So his additionals would probably proc pretty often for him potentially, even if you don't go all in. So this is a unit you potentially could actually go with some dodge, unless you want more crit. But like if you build up to 30, to me 30% crit is sufficient. Especially with all the attacks that this guy is doing. So from this example, you can see the kit can be quite simple, but quite powerful. If this was what TEQ Vegito Blue was, I would say this would be a very powerful kit. He would fit that mold that he wouldn't be like crazy on turn 1, but after you stack him up a little bit, he's going to look insane. So anyways, guys, that is the TEQ Vegito Blue I chose out. We'll pass it off to the next creator.
Hey there guys, what is going on? It is Gil right here, and I am here with another fan-made card from one of you guys, and today I'm going to be reacting to ACGC 1989's card. Now, of course, this is all about TEQ Vegito Blue. Some of the other guys have done STR Rose and stuff. I'm going to let them handle Rose. I want to focus on TEQ VB because this man has the potential to become the best EZA. Of course, his predecessor in Fizz VB was phenomenal as an EZA, so you know, hopes are high with this guy, hopes are high. So ACGC has gone for a post EZA leader skill of Superclass Allies Key 3, 130% to attack, defense, HP, and if all 5 types are on the team, which we know he already has. I wish they would remove that, but I think they'll keep it. I think 130 is also very, very likely, so I'm just going to gloss over that. That's a very likely candidate. It's not going to be changed at all, I think. Now, this is where things get interesting. So, post-EZA super attack effect is immense damage, greatly raises attack and defense, and lowers enemy defense. Now, I do believe they're gonna probably go for either one of 2 things. They'll either just go very bare bones, go for the lowers enemy defense, and that's it. Or they will give him the greatly stacks on both raise attack and defense. Now, it just depends on how kind they're feeling with TEQ Vegito Blue, because I feel like off late they've been very, very hesitant, well, apart from Vegeta and Trunks, which just released a couple of days ago. But when it comes to guard units or even stacking units, they've been very, very cautious with them. So I would be interested to see if they're going to go all out. I think this is the perfect time to go all out, especially after Vegeta and Trunks. You know, they can't just, you know, say, all right, we're going to make them broken but you know, TEQ VB can go, all right, we will let him slide. I think it would be amazing to get both. I mean, the lowers enemy defense doesn't do much anyways, but with his EZA, you know, a normal Raze's attack and defense is already strong, but if he gets the greatly stacks as well as an EZA, it's gonna be crazy. I think I would love it if he gets the greatly stacks. Honestly, it would be amazing. A post EZA passive is attack and defense 100% start of turn. Great, because right now he doesn't have any start of turn attack and defense. He builds attack up as he attacks more and more. He doesn't even get any defense. And attack and defense 50% when performing a super attack, even better. Good. Great chance to launch 2 additional attacks, each with a medium chance to become a super attack. Not bad at all. And attack and defense 15% with each attack performed up to fun 50%. Guaranteed additional super attack when facing a future saga enemy. This is really strong. This is beyond broken, I would say, in all honesty, because he will be the ultimate long-term, long-run event, honestly. Like, alongside the likes of, you know, TEQ Ultimate Gohan, Vegeta, and Trunks, this guy is going to be up there, in all honesty. I think they're not going to go this crazy. I think we're probably going to see 100% attack and defense for sure start of turn. I think we'll get something start of turn. I don't know how much, but there will be a certain amount, maybe attack and defense 50% even. But they will add the defense 15% with each attack performed for sure. And I don't think they'll add the super attack performing stat boost as well. I think we're gonna go stick with the first half, and then the after great chance to launch additional attacks makes sense. I think that will be the perfect one that they will go for probably. But I feel like they're gonna go a little bit conservative with this one. I do believe they're gonna go a little bit conservative with this one. Let's see what they do. I really like this card though. This would be an unbelievable card, and in all honesty, if, you know, considering Dokkan's a PvE game, I would love it if we could get this, but in all honesty, I don't see it happening. I said in all honesty like 3-4 times in that sentence, so I'm just gonna stop there. We're gonna move on to the next creator. Thank you guys so much for watching my side of the coin. See some of the other guys, see what they have to say in the next couple of minutes, I suppose.
What is going on, my dudes? Tasher here, back again with another one of the 5'9" mobile videos that we got for fan-made series. Let's go! And I am extra pumped because we are getting both TEQ Super Saiyan Blue Vegito and, of course, one of my favorite characters in general, STR Goku Black Rose. Now, I'm honestly thrilled with the fact that they're both getting an EZA, but again, Rose has a special place in my heart. I absolutely love the character. I think it's a really, really cool concept in general. So, seeing that Goku Black, any Goku Black, is going to get a freaking EZA, I'm super stoked. So we're going to talk about this one right here by my boy, Instinct Legends. Now, of course, we got the super attack, extreme class allies, key +3 in HP attack and defense plus 150% when the team includes all 5 extreme types. Now, for me personally, I don't like the leader skill from the original one, but I don't think that you could change it to where you get rid of the all 5 extreme types, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to say that this is, no matter what, an improvement because we're getting a 10% extra bonus to that leader skill, but I don't like the leader skill in general, so we're just going to move on to the bread and butter. Now, we got the super attack. Waltz of Chaos raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. Extreme class allies attack plus 30% for 1 turn. Now, this is really good because the fact that you want to run Goku Black on an extreme class team, but we're also getting the raises attack and defense for 1 turn, which I think is honestly a good boost right there, because all we got before was the damage and the increase to extreme class allies, so I like it. But the passive, sorry about that, the passive I think is the best part of this. Now, before we had the passive of, I think it was attack and defense plus 120% with key plus whatever, and then we got the defense plus 50 and key plus 3 to all extreme class allies, but let's go ahead and go into it. Attack and defense plus 150%, reduces damage received by 20%, which is the addition now, it's a new one. Extreme class allies, key plus 3 and defense plus 50%. Super class enemies, attack and defense minus 20%, that's what I meant right there. Has a great chance of launching an additional super attack, plus an additional attack and defense plus 15%, up to 50%. And a chance to perform a critical hit plus 10% up to 30% with each attack received. Attacks effective against all types when collecting 4 or more key spheres. Now, you could kind of change that because math sucks, but you have attack and defense plus 15% up to 50%. Now, if you're going to do that, you might as well go up to 60% to round out the 15% because it would go 15, 15, 15, 5. So you want to go 15, 15, 15, 15 and be done with it there. I think 60% would have been perfectly fine. And a chance to perform a critical hit up to 30%. While you're going for 4 on the first one, you're only going for 3 on the second one. So I think, honestly, you could even possibly probably reduce that down to 7% and go up to 4 times or something like that. Like, it says go up to 30%. You could do 35%, up to 35% instead, and go for 5. Or something or other. It's a little bit wonky when you're trying to combine those two, but I still like it in general because of the fact that you will be getting that 30% so long as you get hit at least 3 times, and then attack and defense plus 15% up to 50% if you get hit 4 times, which is going to be 15, 15, 15, 5 again. But I really like this unit in general. I think that with a little bit of tweaking, this could be honestly one of the best EZAs, to be honest, right now. Now, again, I could be wrong, but again, I would have a little bit of changes to the passive, but it's still really, really good passive in my opinion, and I think it's a wonderful submission. So again, major thanks to our boy here, Instinct Legends, for sending it in. Deeply appreciate you.
Alright, and we're back with yours truly for my choice for the fan-made cards. This will be the final submission chosen, and I do want to thank everyone for providing us your fan-made card ideas. It was absolutely wonderful reading through everything. I think there were so many good options, but unfortunately we do have, a limited amount of choices we can make. And I did decide to go ahead and go with this Super Saiyan Rose choice right here, made by Instenge. So let's just really hop into it and kind of discuss what this unit is all about here. So this is his leader skill. Extreme class allies 3 key and then 150% to stats, 130% I mean, if the team includes all 5 extreme types. Now, I will say that's probably the most realistic leader skill to think about, 130%. They could potentially make, I think, 150%, but I wouldn't expect any higher than that. I think 130% is probably what something like Akatsuki would design the unit as. They didn't really care about these leader skills, unfortunately, and whilst I wish we can get a more powerful leader skill, I see 130% as the most logical option. So, super attack effect. Again, I love the super attack effect, especially at the end, but they did add attack and defense stacking to this unit. I think that's a pretty good thing to add, right? 20% attack and defense permanently for the rest of the battle is just an easy way to make a unit good, right? Extreme class allies also get 30% attack and defense for 2 turns, so this will affect the next turn that he's not on. Very, very, very few units have that ability, and I think that giving it to Rose could definitely really enhance his support type buff, so I hope that they do something like this, or at the very least add the defense 1 turn, but this is a very, very potent ability for defense, so I think I really like that. Now, he gets attack and defense 150% at the start of turn, then an additional 50% when performing a super attack. I think that's just like a common thing to add nowadays. Every unit needs to get start of turn, then on super attack buffs, saying, even on their super attack effect, right? It's all multiplicative, so I think that's a really good thing to have. Then on top of that, just straight up 50% damage reduction, good for Super Battle Road, good for any event really, right? And especially in these long-term events like Red Zone, you'll be able to stack your defense up with 50% reduction. That's just an absurd ability to put together, so that's really, really good. We still keep the same 3 key and 50% to defense for extreme class allies. Then super class enemies get attack and defense minus 40%. Now I will say I think 40% might be a little much, right? I believe STR Omega even does 33%, if not 40%, right? But you know what? Why not? Let's just go really crazy. We know TEQ Vegito Blue is probably going to be insane as well, so let's just make this guy really busted. I think if we want to go realistically though, 25%, 30% is probably more likely, but imagine if it's 40%, I would, I'd be like, why not? Let's go for it, right? 2 last things here. High chance of performing a crit, and then high chance of launching an additional super attack. I mean, this right here especially, getting the extra stacks and the extra support, Imagine getting 3 super attacks and getting like 90% defense support for the next turn. This unit is absurd, right? Just crazy when you really consider that. And then the crit chance right there. I love this unit. He's absolutely insane, busted beyond belief. But I think that's a really good design too, and not just straight up like, you know, pure stats. He does a lot of things that impact the whole team rather than himself being, you know, the most impressive thing ever. So I really like how it looks like, but let me know what you guys think, and I would love to see, you know, your guys' thoughts of how TEQ Vegito and STR Rose could look in the comments below. Thank you all for watching till the end. Feel free to like and comment on the video. Feel free to share the video as well. And subscribe to not only 5-9 Mobile, but all of our 5-9 gaming channels. We cover a wide variety of things. And I think that you could be really interested in some of the other content produced on things like Animanga, right? But from our Dokkan Battle team, we thank you all for providing us your submissions. And of course, we'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.